Hello, Second Son Gaming. It's Jet. I'm back. We're here again with a VOD review. And today we're looking at BrenBern from Green Shift, or now Exogenesis. Bren, how you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good.
Excellent. And we also have Cusco in the chat. I don't normally like to do double team VODs, but you know what? Cusco's my man. I'll break the rules for him, since he is the main tank on the team that I play on. Okay, so with all that said, let's get started.
All right.
Oh, there's one thing I gotta check real quick. Come on, where's my mouse? Seriously, where's my mouse? Starting off strong.
Hey, you're coming back. It's all right.
There it is.
A little rusty.
It's true. And I wanted to hit N. We're gonna go to B. I think I've said this before in like my other bots, but like you can change your time skip interval length. It's amazing. All right, here we go.
Unit ready for battle. One.
All right, King's Row, Reinhardt. It's one of the best things.
Yeah.
Okay, just walking forward. Good. Throwing Fire Strike down main. Nice. Okay, I like the flank. Cool. You got Lamp out. Looks like you left LS of your healers. Get back to LS with your healers. Oh, you just lost your Ana. That's unfortunate. Okay, you're retreating. Okay.
I failed the pen. That one I just sucked on.
Yeah, I think that death was mostly equated to you not recognizing where your healers are. So
yeah,
one thing is main tank is just like stay in LOS of your healers unless like you're gonna make a play. There's been plenty of times where Cusco just like would leave my LOS, but it didn't matter because he was just crushing.
Yeah.
The only time I ever leave LOS of healers is when either there's a mega like right there and I know I can get it, or we have like super just pressure everywhere.
Yeah. So you have pressure. I think I want to see you get a little bit. You're playing a little slow for my take.
Got it.
That Reinhardt is dog shit.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. That death. I don't think you should have died here. Okay. Did we have team support? Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, because we have... You're being cold. Why did you die? Let's take a look at this from bird's eye view. Because you have Cole. You going in was 100% right. What happened? Oh!
I see what happened.
I see what happened. Your Moira is a dumb shit. So Cusco, let me ask you this: in ranked, when you have dog shit supports, what do you do?
I don't trust them. The only thing that I do is can coordinate with my DPS. In this case, it's DPS and other tank to go in as quickly as we can and get the fight over as quickly as possible.
Right.
Okay.
Because the longer the fight goes on, the worse off you're going to be because your healers aren't great.
Right. And I think one way you can recognize if your healers are dog shit is by paying attention to your personal resources. So
Yeah.
this and then this. So I want you to notice I'm going to ask you this in this engagement. What is a resource you should be paying attention to? There's two of them actually.
For me,
Yeah,
I
for you.
be paying attention to if our Ana has nade and if our where our Reaper's positioned.
I'm asking for your personal resources.
My shield and if I have Fire Strike or my health.
There you go. Yeah, I kind of gave it away. This is the biggest one. So you always have to be paying attention to this. So if this is getting low, but this is still high, you need to be shielding. Another thing is that let's watch it again. Let me do this. Let's watch that again. And I want you to ask yourself, with the amount of health that I have, should I have gone in ham like this?
Okay.
Where the fuck is my mouse? This is so annoying.
What I normally try to do,
Here it
and
is.
I was just about to say that, is what I normally try to do is if I have armor up, I try to push. Where if I don't have armor, I normally try to put shield up. It also flexes a little bit depending on what I'm doing. Like right there, I should have put shield up.
Yeah.
I should have realized that my armor was going to put shield up.
Okay. So
If I may interject on
yeah,
this
absolutely.
one, I think you pushing there is fine. The only downside, the reason why you died there is because your diva was demeched. So you had no one to eat damage and help you push.
My diva's a mech.
Yeah, she's in mech right now.
Now.
Oh, did she get it?
Back,
Okay.
yeah,
Oh, did she get
yeah.
it? Oh,
yeah,
okay.
she just got it.
I was like, what?
Yeah, she's just got it.
You're right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of like what Cusco was saying earlier. So I think for you right now, the biggest thing that I'm seeing is resource management.
Okay.
So there's two types of there's actually a lot of types of resources. Right now, we're actually going to talk about your personal resources and then your team resources. So what are some of your personal resources?
Shield, health, fire strike.
Shield, health,
swing,
cooldowns. There's one more.
corners.
There's one more. Yeah, positioning. Okay, and then there's your team resources that you need. What are they?
Yeah. Anna's nade,
Healers
Cole, LOS for my healers, my divas DM,
and your off tank. And fuck your DPS, whatever.
yeah.
It's nice for them to be there sometimes. But yeah, so I think this is what you need to be running, like thinking about in the back of your head as you do this, as so you know when you can engage. So I actually agree with Cusco. So there's two things that were. So one thing, your Moira was calling, right?
Yeah.
That's an engaged condition. You could totally do that. But she's an idiot. Damn it. The other thing is that what did our diva have mech?
No.
No diva mech.
Yes, but no.
And then another thing. What was the other thing that you didn't really have for your engage? Health. So with that in mind, and you have to make all these decisions within, a second. This is why we do VODs. But with all that in mind, should you have engaged there?
I probably should have waited a second for my health to come back and my diva to remake.
Right. I think at that point, and Cusco, correct me if I'm wrong, maybe like hang out here at this corner and shield and wait for your dumbasses to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think the this is a ranked game, right? This isn't a
Yes,
sprint?
this is ranked.
Okay.
So I'm queued with everyone except my two supports.
I think the biggest thing in this situation is hold that corner and wait for remake.
Yeah.
Just because at least you can trust one resource you have.
For sure.
Now,
that makes sense.
Is there a way to know if your diva is demeched? Oh, you can. This is another big resource. What's normally in this corner?
Kill feed, so I can know when they get out of
Yeah, that gives you so much information. And
if I'm right, I think they got out of mech in the fight before this one and they survived.
Okay, so that's.
I think
These are all the things that you got to be thinking about when you're main tank. Like, just what do I got? What are the resources?
Yeah.
Like, can I engage here? If I don't have the resources, maybe don't go in. But at the same time, that the clock's ticking, we got to get in.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to add before we move on, Cusco?
No, I think think about main tank as a less of an aiming and more of a macro style of play. Like you always have to be thinking about the team, where you're positioning, where you want to go.
I'd say tank in general is very macro heavy.
Yeah, I'd say main tank is probably the most macro heavy because you can't shoot guns for 100 meters. So the biggest takeaways from this fight specifically is resource management. Just keep an eye on your health, your shield, and the team resources if you can, I'd say.
Okay.
Yep, this is why probably controversial to say it, but this is why MT's like the hardest role, because it's so Overwatch specific, and you just got to be paying attention to everything.
Well, it really, I think almost everyone agrees that main tank and probably flex for the hardest roles because you're heavily dependent on those two people to be able to make a team comp work. You need the main tank to make your space, and you need that main support to make sure everyone, or sorry, flex support to make sure everyone lives.
Yeah, maybe. All right, let's keep going. Where's my mouse? There it is. Why is that?
Surrender.
Yeah, because you were like, oh, we got Cole. Let's go. Too bad she like left you. Okay, but they're this might be okay because you guys only invested. Well, you invested 2 ults, and then they invested 3.
4. Farah.
Oh, they did fair. I just see her at 40.
Yeah.
Okay,
She did
cool.
it right when we started the fight.
Okay.
Right when we popped her, she popped it, and that's when I backed up to the corner.
Yikes. Yeah, try not to eat fire strikes because Reinhardt versus Reinhardt's a very like yin and yang thing. It's a very neutral engagement. You should throw. That's your window, isn't it? Oh no, this theirs. Your window would be red. That's not confusing.
And then
Dude,
right there,
their fair is fucking you guys up. All right, what do you see with this this engagement, Cusco? With this life here. Let's go all the way back here.
I definitely see you pushing a little too hard, a little too quickly, at least in terms of like the team. Like for example, when whatever the call was to go to hotel, right? Because I assume that was the call to go through hotel at some point. You should always wait a second before you go, because at least in my mind, that's helped me to not do that, because I used to have this problem a lot where I would be too quick and I'd go too soon and I just die.
Yeah.
Always give yourself a second, be like, okay, we're going. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, I'm actually gonna slow this down. You actually could have lived here.
If I didn't throw a fire strike, I would have had like a lot more health.
You peeked way too far on that window.
Uh-huh. And there was like, what was your plan there?
I'm not exactly sure. What I was probably thinking is I can probably get a fire strike in here to get close to Shatter, and then I have my healers behind me who can heal me, and then that'll get my Zen closer to his trans. But I can't. I shouldn't trust him like that.
So
especially after what happened.
Yeah. So another thing, what did they have up?
They had BAP ult. They had
Right.
Immor. They had.
Cusco, do you think it's a good idea to ever pick up BAP ult?
No.
Yeah.
Probably 9 times out of 10. No, not a good idea.
If you're gonna throw a fire strike at a window, make sure you do it make sure you have it timed quickly, and you just throw it around the corner and not, you can't care at that point. You have to survive, right? The biggest priority of main tank is surviving, right? It's not really doing damage. It's just living. Living is literally the main part of the role, is just living.
Right.
Okay.
And I think you also kind of wanted to get out. Like, did you want to hold hotel, or did you actually want to disengage?
I wanted to make sure my diva didn't die, so I put shield. I jumped in front of them and put shield up, but
okay.
I got melted.
So then, let's talk about pathing a little bit. So you were here. Your diva gets demeched here, and you're like, all right, I want to throw a fire strike at this window, and I also want to shield to protect my diva.
Then I might as well drop back.
Exactly. Not a bad move. But what did you do? You had a thought in your head, but when it came to the execution, what happened?
I fucked up the fire strike, so I took a shit ton of damage, and then I didn't put shield up in time to protect my diva. So then I tried to go back to hotel, and I was already weak. And
right.
The fire strike kept
why did you try to go back to hotel?
I'm not sure.
Right. I'm not sure either. What do you think you should have done instead?
Probably should have just rotated to the other
Right.
side.
Hold your shield
right
up
there.
and just walk over here and let your Ana shoot at you. And actually, you
nice
probably
having
would have
people
blocked the barrage a little bit. You probably would have barely made it. He's in a shit position. He shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So does that seem fair, Cusco?
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty fair assumption. It's either you go in or you get out. There's not a whole lot of leeway. If personally, if it was me, what I would try and do if I wanted to get a fire strike in, right, is if I wanted to back out, I would back out and then throw my fire strike.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
you start here, start making your path here, hold your shield, and then when you get about here, if assuming like there's still group like this, then you can throw your fire strike.
Yep, and then either back out or do whatever
Whatever
you need to.
You said your diva is you were queued with him,
Yeah.
so you're in comms. You're probably like, "Hey man, get out! I'm getting out. You get out."
Yeah. I said I was screaming LOS, LOS, LOS.
And you didn't LOS.
This is another thing that people don't really understand. There's this misconception that we need to get Baby Diva back in mech. Just let her die. It's faster.
Yeah.
It's honestly not worth the time to have Baby Diva get her mech in most situations. Like in this situation, it's not even worth going. Once she's demeched, she's demeched.
Right, and a disengage wouldn't be bad too, because ult wise on their team, what is it that they did?
They used 2 ults already.
Right, and did we use any ults?
No.
Nope. So you guys took a dry fight. So getting out faster with dry fights, you want them to be as short as possible, because time is your enemy here. If you're on defense, time is your friend. If you're on offense, time is your enemy. So this is one of your biggest resources. Another thing you got to keep in mind. So the longer that you stall dead fights or lost fights, the more harm time is going to do to you.
Okay.
So it's kind of seeming like the theme of the day is resource management.
All right.
Which is like one of the main things of playing Reinhardt.
Yeah.
All right.
And overall, I kind of just started playing Reinhardt again. I used to play him a good bit, and I was like 30-11 was I think the highest I ever got on Xbox, and I mostly played Reinhardt.
Okay. So we're down our Zen, and we're still moving forward. Okay. Are you aware this guy has shatter?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
That's why I aggroed him, because my team was right behind me. We talked and we're like, all right, we're gonna kill this guy right here.
I think this is fine. Like you're zoning them away. Ooh.
Yeah.
I think
I was kind of standing there for a while.
Yeah, like you really wanted to get them. I think this death was also avoidable. And I want you to look at it and see. Pause real quick. I want you to look at this death that you just had, this engagement with your nano real quick, and I just kind of want you to take what we've talked about in the VOD so far and then apply it and see if you can understand or figure out how you could have avoided this death here.
Okay, so low on health, I put my shield up, then I dropped my shield again. I ran out of both shield and health there. I wasn't managing either one properly. I wasn't playing the LOS of my healer. Well, actually, I'm not sure if I was or not. I can't see him. But I'm assuming I'm not because I wasn't getting healed. This far, I was behind us. I was zoning pretty well, but I needed to let myself use my resources better to zone better.
Now, let me ask you this and be honest. Were you trying to zone or were you trying to get a kill?
Yes, and I was doing that for the if I get the BAP, cool, but I want him to not be able to do anything.
Okay. Do you feel that since the fact that you were nanoed, that you felt a little bit of you wanted to make use of it, so you're going to play a little bit more riskier?
I wanted to, and you aren't for the most part, aren't you supposed to just a little bit more riskier, not like dive in the back of their team? Because I saw the DP, I saw one DPS and a BAP, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can push these kids, and if I don't get the kill, I have so like 200, 300 health to work with to back up, get heals, and we're good. And they didn't do anything, or I kill the BAP and I like did enough. That's
Okay.
where my brain's at.
I think that's right, but I'm not really convinced with what you were doing in the heat of the moment that that's what you were thinking. I kind of think that when you get nanoed, you're like, oh, I can't let my Ana down. I got to do something with this. So Cusco, let me bring you in here. And I mean, how many times have I nanoed you and it was just completely dog shit? And what was, besides any slurs you had towards me, like what is it? So what's your general theory on being as main tank as when you get nanoed?
When I get nanoed, there are situations where this is where the individual decision making as a main tank comes into play, right? This isn't macro play. This is just straight up decision making as a main tank.
Yeah.
So you have to when you get nanoed. A lot of people don't understand, and a lot of people don't realize that there are things as bad nanos, right?
Yeah.
Like this nano on you right now, you can't go that deep, right? Like you can't go to their spawn door. So if you can't go all in, you shouldn't go midway, right? You shouldn't go past the point of no return.
Right.
Okay.
And let's think about this too. So we already have, this is fight 3 or 4. We've already established that our healers, we can't trust them.
Yeah.
So let's actually take a look. Gonna go
So I
back
need
a
to stop
second.
playing like I can.
Right. Reinhardt is either all in or not. There's no in between.
Yeah.
Okay, are you... All right, we're going to go back even further. Okay, we're going to look... Just, like, keep an eye on your Ana, and keep an eye on what you do.
Okay.
Nerf this.
So your Half-Life, yeah, you're nanoed. But where were your supports?
They were still in main.
They weren't... They were doing fuck all back here.
Yeah.
Like your Ana went over here, like I don't know why, and then she circled back over here, and now she's here. Okay, I'm not voting her. I'm assuming she's a girl from her name. FYI, guys. I'm not voting her. I'm voting you.
Yeah.
So, Cusco, how do you go about paying attention to what your supports are doing when you're in ranked?
Typically, it's hard to say. It's almost like the way I do it is I just kind of pay attention to the map and where people are rotating, where the enemy team is rotating, where we're rotating, because the enemy team is going to tell you more about what's behind you than what what your team is going to tell you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sure. Okay.
So the reason that they're backing up is because you're nanoed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they don't have to worry about getting kills behind you.
Okay.
Right. So,
And
I think
that's what I meant by this this in between. You're in this in between spot at the archway, right? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not saying that this was the answer to the solution, but to get out of an in between spot, you either go all in or you go all the way back, right? You either should have been next to your Ana or you should have charged at the back. You know what I'm saying? Like those are the
Yeah,
two
that makes
extremes.
sense.
yeah.
Because otherwise, you're just standing there with Nano doing nothing. So you
Right.
might as well be back by your team or in their back line.
Got it.
Yeah, I'm with that. Either like, so when you got nanoed here and you moved all the way here holding shield and you pushed their BAP and their soldier back, either stand here and swing on the point or hold shield and stay in your Ana's LOS, or Cusco recommended the Chad move of walking up here and charging in.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's always the answer, but it's an option. You know,
Right.
you always got to evaluate all of the options. That's one of them.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with that.
Okay.
Because if you're gonna die, you might as well just go out swinging.
Right.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. Like, let me ask you this in like theory of Reinhardt. Like, how do you know when to be aggressive, and then how do you also know when to be passive?
The easiest way to be aggressive is when you see cooldowns. So when you see certain cooldowns come out, right? It's easier to jump in as monkey when you know they don't have sleep. It's easier to jump in as monkey when you know they don't have Brig Bash.
Yeah.
It's easier to kill a Reaper when they don't have Wraith.
Okay. And if they do have those things,
you try them, force them with some of the resources that you have available to you. For example, your shield. If you shield and walk at them, right, and the Reinhardt gets 1, that can force Immo.
Yeah.
Right? Now all of a sudden that's Immo. So if you need resources, that's when you become passive and then go aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
So it seems like my biggest issue right now is resource management and understanding when to push and when to fall back.
Yeah.
It seems like 2 or 3 times now we've talked about how I should have. Oh well, I'm at 200 health and I have 1500 shield. I should put my shield up and back up to my team so I'm in no list with my Ana, and I can just play a little bit more passive to play safe and keep my team safe and keep uptime better.
Right. I think that's exactly right. So, theme of the day is definitely resource management. You have your team's resources to pay attention to, but you also have 6 people over here where you have to pay attention to what they're doing as well.
Yeah. So I'm currently I'm having this mixed issue of I'm either playing too aggressive or too passive.
Right.
Like I'm making the wrong choice at the wrong time.
You're not committing hard enough, or you're not playing passive enough.
Got it.
Yep. Yeah. And I noticed that in your play earlier as D.Va. Like there was just times where you're like, "Oh, let's go in," and you just boost her in, and nobody else is with you.
Yeah.
So yeah, that just seems to be like a theme of you. All right. How long is this VOD? All right. Damn, we're 3 minutes in.
Yeah, I gotta go to work.
All right. Yeah, we'll probably just play this through.
Okay.
All right. See you guys. Have a good one.
See you, man. Thanks, man.
It gets a little bit better and a little bit worse from here.
Okay, you're very much like wanting to get on point. Nice. Okay. Looks like it worked out though. Like you guys are gonna cap it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice job. You guys got it. So your Zen wants to push up. I think it's normal to push up too. There's a soldier behind you. Okay, you don't have your D.Va with you. Your Zen's being stupid. Save him. Okay, nice.
The reason I wasn't because I think our Ana was still back in spawn, and I saw most of their teams up there. So
yeah,
I tried to take it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oof.
Yeah, that one I just botted out on. I went to try to jump around the corner.
Were you just
do like a 90-degree shot? And
you were just hoping that it would connect on the Mercy and the Ryan?
Mercy, yeah, at least Mercy got stuck there because Ryan got around the corner and Mercy was above it.
Okay. So, playing passive. Oh, you got a Mercy now. Okay.
Yeah, we're running Mercy sometimes. Ironically, we do pretty good at that.
Let's block.
This is
good stuff. You guys should cap this. Good stuff. Very good. What is your Mercy doing?
Man, it's been a weird.
Okay, but some good things that you're doing is you're like, okay, we capped the point. I'm gonna go take some space. That's good.
Yeah.
Throw some fire strikes. Try to get your ult.
Yeah,
it happens. Like I think you. Oh, okay, nice. Very big. Awesome.
Also, my instinct there was just say "fuck you" to the main Shatterer.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking like, I wonder if he's gonna shatter. He probably shouldn't.
Yeah, I'm like, no.
But good discipline. Good discipline. Bro, you gotta stop eating the fire strikes.
Dude, it's an issue. It's just one of those things
Like
where,
you just like you see fire strike and you just jump to the right. Nice. Now there's a visor you need to be shielding.
Yeah.
But they freeze, so it doesn't matter. All right, let's
think.
No, let's not break that down. Because I want to see you on defense too. Okay, got res. Okay, cool wall. Oh man, your D.Va's out of mech and there's a minute left.
Yeah. I think we can.
Okay. And are you going? Is it going through your mind that their Ryan has shatter?
Yeah.
Okay, good. You're gonna block this. Reinhardt is pissed.
Yeah.
their maze an idiot. I think you were gonna block it anyway, but jeez.
Yeah, I got my shield there in time, and then I was like, this doesn't look right.
Oh my gosh. What a fucking
Felt like the turtle from over the hedge.
dude. I've been that May and I've been that Ryan. It is not fun. I think you could have can't. Nah, you don't need to do that. You can. Okay, cool. Oh, that's unfortunate that it didn't connect to the Mercy.
Yeah. This is why I sent it though, because I do so much stupid shit and I miss so much. I'm like, okay, I need to.
It looks like you guys lose this.
That.
Yeah. Okay. We actually we need to break this down because you're a little clueless here. I was distracted by the May wall. Are you aware this guy is one? You could have fire striked him.
Yeah. And
all right, we need a bird's eye view here.
I'm normally very good about chasing rounds. I think this was after a scrim, and I think it was like 11:30.
Okay, so
there's a couple of things.
It's looking like, from what I was kind of seeing, it was looking like your team really wanted to push up, but you didn't. So you're holding right here, and we'll see it, and like your team is right here. So it's like, okay, either so when using shield, you really want to do it with some intention. So are you blocking damage? Are you blocking cooldowns? Are you like protecting your team? It's kind of hard to protect your team when they're in front of your shield. Yeah. So, okay, let's watch this play out.
I've got you in my sights.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so your team doesn't want to protect you. Did you hear the main wall come off? How did you all die also?
So I heard it but wasn't looking and wasn't paying attention for it, and then everyone else was
everyone just got fucked by the. Okay, so we still don't have. Why did we have? When did your? Okay, what is going on with your D.Va? Oh, she's just aggro as fuck. Okay, she's over here taking a 4v1. Gotcha.
To put it in perspective, our D.Va is silver on the other two.
Okay.
And plat on tank.
Okay.
This will heal you.
There's something here. There's something educational here. I gotta find it. Well, keep coming back.
You did something wrong. We'll figure it out.
I just think like. There it was. That's where it was. So I'm not botting the rest of your team. So, but there's definitely a cue that you got. But then you decided to shatter. Let's watch it. Gotta do this. There we go. So instead of shattering there, what do you think? What were some of your options? You're not in the heat of the moment.
Shielding and backing up,
Yeah, just
and then playing with my Zen to see if we can maybe pull out this final fight.
yeah. You actually might have won this because you have shatter and a Zen.
Yeah.
Now I know we can't really count on him, but it's at the same time it's really easy to shoot targets that aren't moving.
Yeah, and they have nothing to stop the shatter either.
Right. So you're 100% in a situation where you could move here, hold your shield up. Does your Zen like?
He
What
gets
is he?
out of it, but he dies anyway.
Yeah, because there wasn't a shield in his face.
Damn.
Yeah, he got. Yeah, that man got 3 headshots in a row. Oh, because everyone was standing still.
Because everyone's standing still. And then May
So-
shouldn't have done.
Okay.
And then we move on to defense here. So, and then I've been told by my other coaches that on defense, I just need to like, I need to just be more patient. Like I try to force stuff too much.
You want shit to happen. All
Yeah.
right, so halftime recap: resource management. That's like your biggest thing.
Yeah.
So let's first talk about your personal ones. Your HP, your shield, your cooldowns,
Mm-hmm.
and what's the last one?
My HP shield cooldowns, my ult, I guess.
Isn't that a cooldown in a way?
Yeah. Positioning.
Bam. Good job.
There it is. I'm like, because I'm thinking about the character. I'm not thinking about the game.
And then we have your team resources. So yeah, you have their HP, and it's pretty similar to yours. But you're not really gonna be tracking their cooldowns unless you ask for it. But it's really you gotta know where they are, so that you can do things. And then you have enemy. So again, their cooldowns, CDs, and their position.
Okay.
So I think if you really just, when you VOD yourself and you just really think about these types of things, like, am I holding shield when I shouldn't be? Am I holding shield when my HP's low? Am I standing in a spot where I can get help if I need it? Am I being, and then here's the other thing. Am I being, because of all this, we have this thing of being passive versus aggressive.
Yeah.
So in understanding the balance between the two and the way to make, in order to make these decisions to switch between the two, we need to pay attention to what we have available to us.
Yeah.
Anything else? Is that basically it? Like for the first half?
Kind of on the passive aggressive. It was I would play in the middle ground, and I need to either choose one or the other. I need to either feed my mind down, try to get a kill, or protect my team.
Right.
And
So
play smart.
that's right. So pick one
Yeah.
and commit to it. Unless, and this is where like this is tough. Unless the information that the game is giving you tells you otherwise.
Yeah. That's hard.
And the way that you are able to make these decisions faster is play the game. I'm sure you play the game a lot. But also, do you VOD yourself?
Every once in a while.
So-
Every once in a while, I'll go and I'll be like, that wasn't the move.
Yeah. So when you VOD yourself, definitely have a goal in mind. Like, what is it exactly that you're looking for? Because there's a lot of things that you're doing that I'm just not talking about because we have a theme.
Mm-hmm.
So, have a goal for your VOD. Goal / theme. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's look at your defense. Do, do, do. And you're Orisa. Oh boy.
2, 1.
Horsey.
Attackers incoming.
Okay, I'm okay with this because you got a nice LOS. I think you want to be to the right a little bit more.
Yeah, we end up right.
Not like just a touch, like a foot to the right.
Oh, okay.
So you can have a nice LOS and do the shoot, bang, bang.
No, that's Eric.
'Cause-
Drop here.
Basically, because... Mouse, please. Okay. So instead of being right here, maybe be a little bit right here.
Oh, because then I can kind of see down main.
Yeah, because what did they do?
Okay. They just walked straight
They
down
just-
main, got right onto objective, and then took away our LOS.
Yeah, let's just watch this. Like, and this is such like a minute thing too. They just walk on the point, and you guys don't really do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
So with Orisa, what type of this is gonna test your Overwatch knowledge a little. What is Orisa really good at in terms of like types of Overwatch comps she's really good at?
Comps?
Yeah.
Well, it's weird because normally the misconception is that she's a really good double shield character when in reality it's better to run Sigma Reinhardt because Sigma's more of an off-tank character, but she's really good at spam comps or comps where you're bunkering down.
There you go. That's actually the word I was looking for, spam. So what are some of the advantages of spam?
Spam, if you play long LOSs, you can break shields and it's hard for them to get them back or push you.
Right. Exactly.
So we wanted to probably not have we want to have a long sight line and we want to have lots of damage coming out of our team so we can melt their shields and make it hard for them to get to us before they take too much damage.
Exactly. So a common theme that I normally have in VODs is to press tab so that you can understand the type of comp that you're working with. Your guys are definitely set up very spam heavy. The problem is that, and this is type of resource, spams need this. And you didn't give yourself that. And it was literally a difference of 3 feet.
Yeah.
Isn't that nuts?
It is. And it could have been even... It could have. I'm not sure how well it would work. I have to go see. But it could have been even better if we set up on the farther side of the high ground. Because
like
we'd
right
be
here.
able to see farther down mid.
Yeah.
We'd be able to see farther down mid, and if we needed to, we could easily still drop on point instead of holding so close where you have the opposite high ground that they can easily get to. Ball can easily slam us. It's better to go to an area where if he slams, he's kind of screwed. He can't really go behind any cover.
Right.
Unlike this, where he can just drop straight below us.
Mm-hmm. So this is another example of having a good plan. It's just the execution of it was a little, in this case, difference of like 3 feet. Because another thing, your comp, from what I can tell, should beat theirs because they're running a Reinhardt without a Lucio, and you guys are running a spam comp. And this is a good comp. You have your damage boost for your soldier. Soldiers, he's going to do his spam. You have a turret here. You have your double shields here, and then you have your BAP to take care of the tanks and to sit by the turret and do more damage. So on paper, you guys should win this, but it was the execution. That was the problem.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue. And now they just walk on the point, and you have to. And Ryan wants to be close. Orisa wants to be far away, and Ryan takes you out because you're in his face because you don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And I think they just capped that. Yeah, they just get it. And you switch to Reinhardt. Cool.
Yeah.
Fine, Zarya, right on. Okay, I think this is fine. Wanting to control this corner.
Yeah.
It's looking like there's a soldier in your back line. It's not really your job to take care of that because you need to be on the front line.
Yeah, and we didn't get a call out until just now that there's a Reaper
I
behind us.
think you could have blocked that, like just a micro thing. I think you could have blocked that slam with your shield, and you just kind of like looked at it.
Yeah.
Zarya bubbles you. Definitely like walk forward a little bit to give her charge. Yeah, you guys just get shit on. Oh, that's unfortunate. You missed the Moira. I feel like there's times where I've been that Moira and I got sucked into the charge.
Dude, I swear my charges are like
nice.
so unlucky sometimes. There's times where I hit people dead in the middle of their hitbox and it's just like, no.
No, it
Like,
just
are you
flies
kidding
away.
me? Yeah, I'm pretty good at those like weird turn pins. So I try to play to my advantage.
You guys can definitely recontest this.
There's that ball behind us, but I need to do my soldier to focus in. I know he's gonna come in, so back up. Reaper ults, and we lose 3. And we lose 5.
Yeah, you're kind of in this. It's looking like you're in this mindset of, well, you're being steamrolled and you're just trying to get it back. It's tough to do that sometimes. They have
turn it back a little bit.
They have 3 ults. You have 2. You're about to have 3. About to have 4. I think you could have kept your shield up, but it really doesn't matter. That fight was lost.
Yeah. No, that one was a lost one. I'm like, okay, I might as well die to the Reaper also.
Winnable game. Just hold him for 5 minutes, whatever.
That's what I said. I said, alright, we can win it. 5 minutes in the best part of the map.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, even. Yeah, just body block this guy. Nice. No. Okay. Actually, that was fine to look at the Reaper. Hole goes through your shield. Okay, you're looking for a shatter here, but so is this guy. I think this is fine to keep going forward. Nice, trying to bait him out.
I scared him out. I'm like, yeah, fuck that kid.
Interesting lamp.
That's what we said too. We're like, oh, we probably didn't do that.
Woo! Nice. I think you can be paying a little bit more attention to the ball. Like, yeah, balls are really dangerous unless you pay attention to them. I say this as a brick player. Like, and you're not even shielding the slam. You're just eating it.
Yeah.
Okay, dude.
That's something I always forget. I can shield it.
I think you could have walked a little bit forward. You could have saved your BAP there.
Yeah. Looking back on it, I probably could have. That's a I have to play movie. And then I died.
Yeah, and you were just throwing at your fire strike. Is there something here? I think you're giving the. I think
I could have used shield more. Honestly.
Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is shielding issues.
I gave him a shit ton of ultra from not just shielding and backing up, and I didn't get much.
Yeah, so you're letting the ball get away with a lot. Yeah, he was probably fucked. He shouldn't have been there. He should have been on the high ground. I really feel like there's something here, though. I want to find it. Nope. Go back more. Okay. Start of the fight. Actually, bird's eye view. Well, first thing I see is your team in general doesn't really know where they want to stand. You have 3 people that want to be up here. You're the main tank that wants to be right here. And yeah, so that's first thing I see on a team level there. Yeah.
Allow me to repair the damage. Hello.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck our Moira's doing.
So this actually is a really good window. The lamp is dog shit, but it's you kind of get them to kite a little bit. Watch the ball and watch you. Oh wait. Watch the ball and watch you. Do you think you could have so he slammed up 3 of you during a visor? Do you think you might have been able to block that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we just have a Cole just trying to take some sort of space. But why did you go back there?
Because we lost people, so I was trying to back up to get out of the fight.
Okay.
And then we grabbed.
Grav. Didn't need to grav. Just
Yeah.
kind of took away our recontest, win condition for the recontest. Yeah, you might get a few kills with Visor.
Hello there.
Where was I?
I think...
did I die on my way in?
Yeah, you're dead. Okay, so here...
Right. So yeah, this
So
is where I
you're
die.
dead. Zarya grabs with 2 people down. With like the entire team down. Okay. Not botting them though.
Okay.
Yeah, you're dead. And you're over. Oh.
Oh,
You got you got solo Reaper ulted. You got solo blossomed.
I was like, what the hell happened to me? I'm like, this is like 15 seconds. I don't know where I am. And then there's a Reaper in my spawn.
So yeah, I would agree with the reason what I was seeing. The reason why you lost that point was definitely from indecisiveness.
Okay.
Of you as main tank, especially if you have 3 other people on the call with you, you know, take that initiative to say, hey, we're gonna hold here, we're gonna hold there. I think really one of the reasons was that you guys were very uncoordinated and no one really was standing in the right spot. And also there wasn't a lot of denying of cooldowns or ultimates. So tell your team where to stand.
Okay.
And protect them with your shield.
Okay.
And it's not just so you protect them from damage. You're great at that. You're really good at that. There's another thing that shields are really good at stopping.
Soaking up abilities.
Yeah, blocking cooldowns.
Like on his nade, on his sleep, rock, hook. Those things.
Hamster slam.
I can send you hamster slam. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I forget about hamster slam, but I always get Doomfist ults. They're like basically the same thing. If I just see it, I need a block.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna play Reinhardt, like that's like half of your kit. It's your shield. Yeah. So in this, all of this ties with resource management.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right.
All right.
So
Sweet.
that's the VOD. Let's talk about things on what to do here, like what your plan is.
Okay.
So definitely keep playing comp.
Of course.
Keep scrimming. Oh, and that's another thing I want to ask. How often do you scrim and play? Like, how many hours a week do you dedicate to the game?
Oof. That's a hard question. I normally play at least 2 hours a day, but
Okay.
normally more than that.
So
Like a minimum of 2
you're
hours a
like
day.
15-ish hours a week.
Probably more than that. Probably upwards of 30.
30. Wow.
Because on the weekends, it's almost all I do.
Okay.
I don't have a life.
So, and how long have you been doing? You said you've been playing. You switched to PC a year or 2 ago.
Here, I can pull up the numbers. So I have 800 hours in total on PC, and then on Xbox I have 3,000.
Damn. Nice.
Yeah.
Those are great numbers. Okay, so the thing is, though, is that so I think what you need to do is play with intention. So what do you think I mean by that?
I'm too indecisive. I need to like pick a plan and go with it. I either need to aggro the shit out of him or I need to back up and protect my team.
Yeah, so have a goal for your session.
Yeah.
So I think a good first goal is to be aware of your resources.
Okay.
And over time, and this is like the first stage I want you to be at, and then so this is stage 1.
Okay.
Arrow. Stage 2 is going to be how to utilize said resources.
Okay.
And the way you get better at that is VODing yourself and watching streamers or YouTube videos or, watching GM tanks.
Pros. Yeah.
Watching good players. And you're not just watching them for fun. Like, oh, wow, it was a 6 shatter. Wow, dude. Oh, dude, he threw the fire stick through the window. Got a new punter. Wow. No. You're playing with intention. You're trying to get better at the video game. So you need to be asking yourself, what are they doing that is allowing them to be successful?
Yeah.
So you already play a lot, but I think you're playing a little too casually. Not to be mean, but I think you're just playing a little too casually, which is fine. It's a game. You're supposed to have fun. But if you want to improve, we need to dial down the casualness and up the seriousness.
Gotcha.
Which, and being serious is playing with intention.
Got it.
Just to go away. Oh, okay, it's not going to go away. Let's see. You think this plan is reasonable?
Yes, I think that's perfect, honestly. And I do try to watch like streamers or YouTubers, and I try to not copy their styles, but see why they do certain things on certain maps or why they play a certain way. That's where I kind of learned how to do turn shatters and jumping around corners when I shatter, so I can catch the tank off guard, stuff like that. And I just need it. In kind of watching it back, especially on this one, it seemed like I was just. I kind of seemed like I knew what to do, but I didn't do it. It felt like
I can understand that.
I would make a decision, and I'd be like, maybe not, maybe do something else, and then I would half-ass it and try to like do both.
Yeah. Okay, and another thing I'm going to add is focus on fundamentals. Have you seen the new Space Jam movie?
No.
Okay, there was just like a theme in that movie where LeBron's like, oh, you always got to focus on fundamentals. You're going to be a great player, which he's got a point. Because there's too many people that are trying to do really flashy shit that, will work like 5% of the time.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to make a clip to show to their friends, or they're trying to get on Noob Hunter or whatever. It's fine to do that because it's fun. It's a game. You're supposed to have fun. But at the same time, there's a part of you that wants to improve at the game. You want to get a higher SR. You want to play on better teams. Like there's a lot of things that you want to do with the game, and this is how you do it. Yeah, by playing with intention. What is it that you want? If you want to have fun, go ahead and have fun. If you want to climb the ladder, these are things you got to do.
Got it.
Okay, I think that's all I have. Is there you have any last questions for me?
Can we play sometime?
Sure.
All right. Thank you so much, honestly. Also, I'm not gonna lie, it's like it's so weird talking to players that are better than me, because playing on Xbox and stuff, if you were a worse player, you would just get outcasted by people who are better or higher level, because they don't want to play with people who are worse. They want to look better.
Okay, that's an interesting philosophy. Or an interesting take. So, what is better?
Normally it's those players that, especially also when you look at like consoles and stuff, it's a lot less not serious, but it's a lot more competitive of like egos. So I feel a lot of the time you see console players who are really good, but it's not like they could get on PC and immediately become grandmasters or even top 500. It's that they're almost fighting egos, and that's why they do better. They try to just tilt the other team and make them feel like they didn't play as well over them actually being good players. So I see like for when Goats was relevant, because that's kind of around the time that I stopped playing. When Goats was really relevant, that's what I saw a lot was the people who were getting to top 500 or higher elos were just people who would tilt the other team and make them feel like shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that became the people that you wanted to learn from, but they didn't want to help anyone. They didn't want to teach anyone to get better.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I think, it's tough to say whether or not I'm better at you. I'm sure there's things because I'm still like, I've been like 3.1 for the past like 2-3 years. And mostly my problem is that I just don't play the game enough. But I'm also an adult and I have shit to do. But that might be, an excuse. So who knows? So, but I think like definitely, you talking about ego has a lot to do with it because there's even players within our community that's like, oh, I don't want to talk. I don't want to get coaching from anybody that, isn't a higher SR for me.
Yeah.
But the thing is that, and the point I'm trying to make is there's a way that you look at the game that's actually, quote unquote better than the way that I look at the game. But really that type of thing is subjective. We try our best to boil things down so that it's objective. Do you understand the difference between subjective and objective?
Objective is one that comes from the view of like facts and like you can't change it versus subjective where it's dealt with a person's emotions and like how they feel about something. Right,
in their opinions. So, for example, music is a very subjective thing, but at the same time, there are some objective things with it. Because you could hear a piece of music that's objectively good, but at the same time, you don't enjoy it. So to you, it's subjectively bad.
Yeah.
I feel that there's some similarities with Overwatch.
Yeah.
So
I can see that.
That's kind of just something that you just got to ignore. Like you're always going to have dumb people that are just like, oh, I don't want to listen to you because blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, whatever. This is why you hear a lot of top streamers and top players say, like, fuck your team. And you just focus on your game. Like you're not worried about what they're doing.
Yeah.
Even does apply to a certain degree in your scrim teams. You don't want to go all the way to where it's, fuck your team. But at the same time, like you definitely need to focus on what you're doing. And actually I think that's one of the main philosophies that Donut has. And Donut just, he's 4.1 now. Because he's just focusing on himself. He's trying to get himself better. So that always goes to like, playing with intention.
Yeah.
And avoiding distractions. And one of the things that's distracting are the dumb shit people say.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
Okay. I'm going to end it there. So thanks for all that are watching.